Okay, now we're going to do the log cabin blocks. Yay! We love log cabins. Log cabins are a staple piece of quilting lore. If you've not done a log cabin, I do recommend doing it. It is one of my, what I call my bucket list quilts, where you do it because you learn something from it. Okay, so let's start with our log cabin for this block. We're going to start with a 3 1/8 inch square that we are going to make a square and a square with. We mark our centers. We lay our triangles on our marked side, right in the middle. Oops. Flip those over. We're going to sew those in, press them out, do the same thing. Mark your centers, center your triangles there, sew your square in a square, and then you're going to use your square in a square ruler to trim that down so that there's a 1/4 inch on the corners. And from here, you're going to do 2 1/2 strips to do your log cabin. So on these, you're going to have to cut 4 fabrics. With 2 1/2 strips, you're going to be cutting 4 each of these. 2 1/2 by 4 1/2, 2 1/2 by 6 1/2, 2 1/2 by 6 1/2, 2 1/2 by 8 1/2, 2 1/2 by 8 1/2, 2 1/2 by 10 1/2, 2 1/2 by 10 1/2, and 2 1/2 by 12 1/2. Okay, so now we're going to put our log cabins together. We're going to start by sewing off the center, and you're going to go around in a circle. So you're going to start here. You're going to sew your 4 1/2, your 6 1/2, your 6 1/2, and your 8 1/2. So you have these on both sides, and then you're going to go into your next round. So your next round is now going to be 8 1/2, 10 1/2, and then your 2 purples are the 2 different ones, the 8 1/2 and the 12 1/2. Okay? So you have your purples on one side of the quilt and then your multicoloreds on the other side. You're making 4 of these, and let's see, and we showed you where they went on the main quilt. Okay, so yay, we've got our big center section put together. If you guys would either send me images of your centers, that would be awesome. We would love to see them because we want to see everybody's progress. When you get your center, we're going to be so ready to go on with the rest of the year. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next month.